At the time that MAD came into being in 1952, there was a certain amount of dissension with the objection to the status quo. We were I can't remember the details, but it really started with Harvey Kurtzman. Harvey Kurtzman was working for EC Comics along with Al Feldstein. And as I mentioned before, you got paid by the amount of work you produced. Even on staff, it worked that way. Well, Al Feldstein became involved in the horror comics, Tales from the Crypt and, all that kind of stuff, and which was selling very well, and he was turning it out by the ton, and he was taking home a lot of money. Harvey Kurtzman, on the other hand, was producing war comics and other kind of general comics, and he was very, very slow because he did extensive research, and research takes a lot of time. For example, he took a trip to some military camp to find out details about uniforms and assignments and stuff like that. Whereas if Al Feldstein were doing it, he would just look into the Google of that time and copy it and just, Al was very good, but Harvey was, so Harvey went to Bill Gaines, the publisher, and said, I can't work here anymore. Feldstein is making 3 times as much money as I make, and I'm working very hard, and I can't speed it up. And Gaines said to him, well, create a funny comic book. And he came up with the title MAD, but what are you going to satirize in this funny comic book? He said, well, we'll satirize the comics. So he did Super Duper Man, Bat Boy and Florence, or whatever it was. I don't remember all those things, but Harvey Kurtzman satirized the funnies, including the Sunday funnies, like Bringing Up Father, Blondie, Flash Gordon, I think was called Flesh, Gumption or something, who knows what. But anyway, it just struck a chord. He even made fun of the advertisements that all comic books carried on the back page for poopy cushions and hand buzzers and flowers that squirted water when you came up to smell it. And he also needed a funny face for one of the ads. I forget what the ad was about. And he found a picture of what became Alfred E. Newman, who at that time was being used by a dentist in Kansas, where he's got this big smile with a missing tooth and says, what me worry, I go to such and such a dentist and it's painless.